What up? What up? Welcome to another episode of 94 Feet with Coach JT. Man, do me a favor, leave a like in the comments below. Please subscribe. Give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Anything you want to offer. If you want to get on the show, man, you have some interest, or if you want to throw some sponsorship your boys' way, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it to everybody in the city. Again, as we know right now, I'm going to say it again. Just praying for Sacramento. In the world in general, praying for our city, for my city, and the things that are going on, and also for the improvement, but also for the good things, man. Shout out to the homegirl, Lisa. The other gentleman, man, he had a big old giving in the North area yesterday. They gave away free clothes, shoes to everybody and whoever came out. It was like a family event, safe family event. It was a blessing. Also on 24th and 4, they had something yesterday, man. Good things can come out of SAC too. So don't forget that, man. I know we're going through some hard times, but man, for those giving their time, their effort, their money, adding value to the city. I appreciate you, and I think everybody else does too as well. And it's only the beginning, man. So, let me jump into this interview, man, because it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get to it, man. My guest today is a TEDx speaker, Amazon's #1 best-selling author and international professional communicator, and endorsed by the legend of motivated speaker Les Brown, like legendary motivation speaker Les Brown, consultant and effective communication strategist. Improving the culture and climate in the workplace is one of its biggest priorities. Also, the belief that communicators equal better relationships has led him to coach high performance leaders in the areas of personal and professional development, with effective communication as a foundation, due to his heart for making sure people feel valued. My guest leads through the lens of empathy, man. We just got through talking offline. Empathy first. He combines his skill, his motivation behind a bachelor's degree of science with over 20 years of experience in education and audience across the globe. Call him a friend, call him a brother, just call him a mentor, call him somebody who I definitely have grown to love and have love for, but also somebody who was supporting the city that he may not be originally from, but he's embedded in. Dwight Taylor Sr., man. Dwight, what's good, my guy?
My G.
What's up, man?
Hey, long time coming.
Yeah.
You did. Long time coming.
Before I even get started, he's part of the reason why I'm here today, too. I mean, just like I said, I always got to pay it forward, but pay the roses to people who help me just pave the way or take that jump. We had this conversation about the podcast a year and a half ago already, almost, from me recording in the house into now being in the studio. For him being here the first day I recorded with my boy Kenny, he was like, Jay, you on to something. So shout out to the 360 Radio, shout out to DJ Eddie, Justin on the ones and twos in the audio room taking care of us, man. Appreciate you coming, man. I know it's busy.
Hey,
I know it's grind time.
Hey, I'm just glad to be here. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouted me out, but at the same time, I want to shout you out because iron sharpen iron.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? We build each other up.
Facts.
And we both want to see each other win.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that, even if I can just say that real quick, is that we don't have enough people wanting to see someone else win.
Yep. Team players.
And when we can start seeing other people win and that be something that we can celebrate in, everything changed, right? Too many times we want to compete instead of complete, right? I want to complete your vision by giving my value to whatever I can to see your vision be complete instead of trying to compete with you.
I hope y'all heard. I hope y'all hearing this. I hope they're hearing it, man, because he jumped right into it. And just the basis upon that, right? We can talk about that part to jump into this interview right now. Where does, man, your hunger or energy or passion for wanting to succeed, help see others succeed, come from?
My grandparents. Yeah,
I've heard them a lot.
Facts.
They're noted.
Yeah,
They've been seen
everywhere. Everywhere.
They're ever present.
Ever present. But it comes from them. It comes from me watching how they work with people, how they love people, how they care for people. And my grandfather, his biggest thing for me was leave people, places, and things better than you found them. No matter what type of person it is, make sure that when that person leaves your space, they're better than they were before they came. No matter where you go, make sure that area is better than it was before you went there. If somebody lets you borrow something, make sure that it's better than it was before it got to you. You dig what I'm saying?
Because how many times when you lend something out and it come back, how's that feeling feel? It's not a good feeling, right?
It's not a good feeling.
Well, if you let somebody borrow something and it don't come back,
Facts.
But you get it back, or if they add value to it, or if they throw you something different, you like, oh,
1,000.
that was a good move.
1,000.
That was a good move.
So that's where the hunger comes from. The hunger just comes from me being observant and watching my grandparents not only go get it working wise, but go get it building relationships as well. So that's it.
Grandparents, and even that, let's go into this Dwight, yourself, period, though, just tell everybody who may not know, for those who are watching for the first time or those who do know, but just a little about where you from, where you come up from.
Facts. I'm gonna give the condensed version because my story is long and it's colorful. And if you want to tap in with me, just tap in if you want to know more details. But my journey starts off in Richmond, California. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? My mother was 17, my father was 18 when they had me teenagers. And fortunately, they had my grandparents and my aunties and my uncles to come and support them and be that village that we hear people talk about.
Real
so much,
village.
To come help raise me into the man that I am today. So for 18 long years, my grandparents and the village, they ran with me, bro. And as they were running with me to help me be my best me, they was dropping in love, support, care, faith, all these things that could help me, move forward, but not just move forward accidentally, move forward intentionally, move forward purposefully. So that's what the foundation was. And then I ended up going to Bishop O'Dowd High School, Oakland, California. Shout out to all the Dragons. You dig what I'm saying? All my Dragons that's listening. Shout out to my man, Big Tone Champion.
Big Tone.
Derek Lambert, D Lamb, Justin Logan, G Hill, Gary Hill Thomas, all my Dragons out there. My boy Brady. But went to Bishop O'Dowd. Played hoop there. We'll probably get into that a little bit. Ended up going to Fresno State University, ran track there, started a group home with one of my best friends while I was out there. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? And then moved back after I got my degree. So I got my Bachelor's of Science degree in Child Development. 2004, moved back to Richmond 2005 to start my own nonprofit. From there, fast forward in the story, ended up having a child and took my son, to Richmond, California with me. Wanted to put him in a space where not just where I came from, but also be able to see his father thrive, right? Not a lot of people get to see their fathers thrive, especially not people who look like us. You dig what I'm saying? So had my son, fast forward, got married in 2008. Crazy thing is, got separated in 2013, divorced in 2014. But then remarried in 2016, and now we on round 2, year 6. And now we got 3 kids. I got my oldest son who about to be 20 in June. My youngest son just turned 19 in February, and my beautiful baby girl, she'll be 12 in August. And so, man, I love my family. I'm family oriented, and that's a little bit of the history.
What's up? Shout out to all the family, man. Good people, know them well. You know what I mean? So coming from Richmond. Education, grandparents seems to be at the forefront probably of that development in your age, but how strict was education, that path set for you, or something you had a choice in, or something you chose to stay consistent in? Because you could easily, as we know, right, go left or right at an early age. And I'm sure we are around it, we see it, but sometimes that grandparent or somebody on your shoulders, like, I have to make the right decision, or I think a little better before I react. So how was it difficult, or was it like, no, this is what you're going to do to keep you out from doing something else?
That's a great question. They was pretty much laid out for me. You know what I mean? My grandparents and my family, they all educators.
Shout out to grandparents though, y'all. While they're around, y'all love on your grandparents, man. Mine passed a few years ago, a while ago now, but still, anybody for grandparents around, love on your grandparents, man. For, you know what I mean? Value them.
Facts. And so my family is full of educators.
Oh, you had no choice.
Communicators. So I had no choice. And so education was humongous. And I want to make a distinct difference. School and education. 2 different things. Schooling is one thing, right? This is the educational system that we are in. But education is when you are taught something and then you learn it and then you can apply those skills in multiple different facets. So my family, yes, they were teachers and educators in the educational system, but they were also educators about everything, right? So they showed me so much when I was a young man so that I could have options, right? So that I can have choices. And with the choices that were presented to me, I can then make the decisions that would be best for my future. And so, education was big. I watched my grandparents and my aunties and my uncles flourish, with just teaching, but also being forever learners.
Nonstop.
And so I seen that they were always hungry for knowledge, always hungry to learn more. And that just became a part of who I was.
That's dope. Of course, as you know, the logistics of the show started out sports background, all that, but we talked about sports, talked about hoop, right? But just in general, I mean, we come from that. We the 80s era babies, man, this thing. So you just hit 42, huh?
Man, just hit 40 in January. You feel me?
For sure. I'm coming up next 2 months away. So I mean, and if for those that don't know him or me, we have more similarities than you guys did. I mean, I got my undergrad degree in child development as well. Didn't know that until we had a conversation. Like just a lot of stuff that's in common. So it was meant to be for us to link. During your time, man, sports wise, what stuff was really piquing your interest? What athletes was like somebody you honed in on during your youth coming up?
Ricky Henderson,
Oh,
Michael
he
Jordan.
was tough. Ricky was an idol.
Yeah, them
I
two right there.
Just wanted to run like him, hit the
Yeah.
bases, bro. He was cold.
Bruh. So them two right there, Ricky Henderson,
Yeah.
Dave Stewart, you dig what I'm saying? But Michael Jordan on the basketball tip. And so most people don't know. So I played baseball was my first love.
Okay.
Like literally I started playing baseball at 4 years old.
Yeah.
I played baseball all the way to my freshman year of high school. And then after that, I got involved into basketball because my pops is a hooper and he still hoop to this day.
Okay. OG.
Hey, he hooping in the league,
the adult
in
league
Fairfield right now.
That's what's up.
Every Monday.
Okay.
And so my pops is a hooper. So he would take me to the park. So I just fell in love with hoop because I'm going to see him. But baseball, hoop, I played soccer for like 6 years.
Active.
Facts.
We had to do everything though.
Yeah. And then I did karate for like 9 years.
Yeah. So different mental toughness early.
Too.
Yeah.
My hands are still different too.
Don't forget it. Hey, that's not different.
Yeah.
That's different art.
That's a different
art.
It's a different art.
That's definitely dope.
Yeah.
As far as, I mean, we talked about working on putting time in for your craft, right? You said baseball. Just for those out there, can like hours, right? Clocking hours like till you master something, right? How much time on that baseball? How serious were you about that thing?
Oh, I was serious, bro. Like, so I would do the regular practice, but I'm the person that's showing up before practice so that I can get some pitches in. So I'm a lefty, right?
That too.
Yeah,
both lefties.
I'm a lefty.
Crazy.
So I got a nasty curveball, nasty circle change, knuckleball, two seam. You know,
you was heavy in it. You was it.
Bro. Like I was different as a pitcher, but then I can also hit on both sides. So I'm drag bunting. I'm doing all that. I couldn't hit out the park, but I could hit it to where it needed to be. Right. You know what I mean? And so I put in a lot of hours just making sure that I could be the best version of me when I was on that baseball field from a sport aspect, but also from a leadership aspect, because I seen that I had a lot of influence when I was young. And not even because most of the time I was the youngest cat on the team, but I had a lot of influence just because I truly believe, man, that I've been blessed with a gift to connect with people.
Yeah.
And so because I can connect with people in a certain way, people receive what I have to say to them in a great way. Right. And so
it's not for everybody.
Bro, it's not.
But if you get it,
it's not. Facts.
It's powerful.
Facts. And so so I gave a lot of effort to actual sports and my skills, but I also gave a lot of effort to just leading in the best way that I could.
That's what's up. Let me ask this. So in the baseball world, it's not a lot of African American players in the pros.
Yeah.
But a lot of our youth do play minor league or growing up. How was that environment for you? Was it a mixed culture? Was it predominantly black, or what was that like?
Yeah. So youth ball, all the way up until I got to a freshman in high school, it was mixed. Again, being in the Bay Area, it's everything. It's
melting pot. Okay.
But here's the crazy part. I don't regret too much in life, man. But the one thing I regret is that I did not continue to play baseball in high school. And I'm going to tell you why. So baseball tryouts is happening. So I didn't know that baseball tryouts was happening. I think it was the second day of tryouts. And I'm literally walking from the gym and I see the baseball diamond and I see a few people out there and I'm like, oh man, tryouts is happening. And I say that out loud. And one of the OGs that I called and I say it because it's going to sound crazy. I'm calling bruh OG. He probably a year or two older than me, right? but one of the big homies, he was like, oh, black people don't play baseball at this school. That's what he said. And because I wasn't as strong-minded as I am now, that's all he needed to say.
That was it. You stopped.
Bruh, do you know I went home that very day, my grandfather asked me a question. He said, hey, baseball trials should be coming around. I said, I'm not going to do baseball. I'm going to just stick to basketball. He didn't even question really why. But all bruh had to say was, black people don't really play baseball at this school. And I'm just trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to a new school, trying to fit in, trying to be cool, trying to, have them see me a certain way. So if black people ain't playing baseball and they playing hoop, then let me just focus on hoop.
And not knowing that you being the leader that you are, should be, or going to be, that was a prime opportunity for you to knock that wall down right? Have other kids follow.
Facts.
Also, who knows that history goes, right?
Come on.
That's crazy. One saying from the so-called OG, I mean, not knowing, but that's what it was. He felt like, but okay, man. So that's adversity at its highest, but not knowing, like, man, I really made the wrong choice probably to just, because experiences would have came out of that.
Facts.
Opportunities potentially like that, man, right? So that's the biggest thing. And I tell kids, just play multiple sports. I mean, we know we would like to get, kids want to get scholarships and all that, but multiple, especially our African American kids, our minority kids, play multiple things because you show value in all of them.
Yeah.
And then you have to make a decision. Yes, you know what I mean. I tell my nephews, I got 2 of them that are dope at it right now. 3 sport kids, man. One of the middle ones, he might be 6 feet right now. He got a big bat now. He's getting it. But the little one's a firecracker too.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? But just keep playing sports until you want to figure what's best. But just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Enjoy the process, man. Because that ball can relationships, man. I mean, that's the best thing I can tell anybody. The relationships you make from playing team sports is valuable.
Come on.
Because you talk about Tone Champion. You talk about my guys, some of the guys you met, Steve Joy. Like, I played ball with those guys. We went to war. But outside, we grew together. We struggled together. Took some L's. Took some L's in life. But I know those dudes really rock with me. You know what I mean? It's different. It's a different feeling, man. That's a different vibe.
Yeah, man. Team building is one of the things why I encourage kids to play sports, right? Even if sports is not your thing, I'm encouraging parents, encouraging their kids to get them into sports because you learn so much about not just yourself, but you learn about other people.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can learn about you, I can understand you better. And if I can understand you better, then I can connect with you better, which means that I don't have to really feel like we don't have anything in common. Well, we probably have more things the same than different if I get to know you.
But it's that communication.
Come on.
That has been right now lost in different. It's articulated differently.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get the same value.
Fact.
As me working with you, me getting up in the morning going to practice with you, me needing you to have my back if something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different. You make a transition to hoop though.
Yeah.
Was that? Because I know he gave you the information to do that, but when you jumped in there, did you regret early on not doing it, or it took a while to you to sit back and say, "Dang, I wish I would have played," or did it happen sooner than later?
The regret of not playing baseball?
Yeah.
That didn't happen until later in life.
Okay.
Nah, I
went through a lot of time.
Just was like, I'm done with it. Crazy, right? I played it for literally 9-10 years.
I'm just thinking of you going to school, seeing baseball practice. Like, you had to come in contact or visually see a game.
JT, let me tell you, bro. I was so focused on, and I was just at a middle school talking about my values.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about how our values change over time. I said when I was 13, 14, 15, the only thing that I valued was being popular and being liked. That is all I valued. So because that's all I valued at that time, even though I played baseball for 9 to 10 years and it was my first love, that was not going to make me popular or liked. So I pushed it to the side. I did not even think about the fact that I regret baseball until probably in my mid-20s because I just pushed it away easily. And people asked me, they was like, how you just throw baseball away? I was like, well, that's not what I value no more. I value being the man on campus. I value girls liking me. I value the dudes that I hang out with wanting to hang out with me even more. So because my values were in the wrong place at the time, baseball was out the window.
It's crazy. Go through Odell, playing ball, playing hoop. But opportunity-wise, I guess, as you know, right, kids want to get these scholarships, want these looks, but also he talks about track. Fresno State. How did that become a option throughout your career, your shift, right? Because now you're really shifting to a third sport, but also a new opportunity and somewhere else. How did that come about?
It really came about, at that time I said by luck, but now I just see how purposeful it was. One of my best friends to this day, shout out to Darnell Hammock, aka Pastor Smoke. He is a year older than me, so he was already running at Fresno State, and then I got there. And one day he was just like, bro, you should try out for the track team. They giving away, financial aid, all this, and you fast. I'm like, bro, I've never ran track in my entire life. He was like, all you need to do is be able to beat everybody else out there. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's what I did, and ended up running track, and it was a game changer for me because it was the first time that I played a sport that solely
individual,
90% of it depended solely on me. Right. And so when things solely depend on you, it's different. I can't blame nobody. I can't blame that somebody made a bad pass and I didn't get the ball, or, nobody played help defense. I cannot blame anybody on my outcome and my input but me. I can't blame nobody on the result but me. If I'm running a 200 and it's just me
by
and
myself,
7 other people, it's on me. And so that was the first time that I ever really got into the mindset of what self-leadership was.
Because in track, you got to be mentally, physically,
come on, bro,
body ready,
come on,
in tune with the gun, lanes to complete that task. Because at any point you could foul or whatever, double fault, and be done.
Bro, and I'm in Fresno. If anybody know anything about Fresno, California, especially in the summertime, it's 103, and I'm out here running in a circle.
And that turf, that track, whatever
Bruh.
that thing, that steam go up a little more.
Come on. And so I had to be focused. I had to be locked in. I had to be determined. I had to literally find my own goal for why I was even out there for 2 hours in 103 degrees. And so it taught me so much when it came to me learning me. And what I tell people all the time is self-awareness is the foundation of everything, right? And so the people who know themselves the quickest win the fastest. And track allowed me to learn myself like I had never learned myself before.
Right. Think about self-values, hydrate yourself properly, stretching properly all on your own, get up, your routine. So all those early, right? Everything. Stuff that we want everybody to be equipped with, but we go about it differently because some people don't find out till later on in life. Yeah. That's what's up. You talked about this child development major, man, in college. Yeah, man. I mean, I knew mine's early was that because I grew up in the church, grew up around people. I just knew, okay, I want to be able to give back, help. But also I knew it was a lack of us in the classrooms with children or adolescents. So I was like, but I enjoyed it too. Like, it wasn't work for me taking those classes or doing my little practicum in the environment. So I was like, okay, yeah, child, that's where it's at as far as that goes. What about you? How'd that come about? Because it's not a male dominated force.
Right. I would say I said accident with the track, but I like to use a phrase, purpose. So it was accidental, but it was purposeful. Okay. So I went in to try to get a business management degree. I was just trying to make some bread. Yeah. You do what I'm saying?
Get to the money.
I've been an entrepreneur, so I'm just trying to get some money. So let me do business management. Long story short, I had my oldest son as a sophomore going into my junior year. He was born, and I was like, look, I need to figure out how to graduate still on time with 4 years because I needed to repay my grandparents back, not financially, but just for the blood, sweat, tears, and everything that
diploma,
everything.
That degree is what
that's the payment.
That's it for them. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's the payment. So I was like, and I told them that I would only do 4 years.
So you had to get it done.
I had 2 years left, bruh. I went to my counselor and was like, look, I got 2 years left coming up. I know I'm not going to be able to get this business management degree because I've been slacking. What other degrees are out there that I could possibly get in 2 years? This lady looked at me. She was like, nothing. She was like, unless. And that's where it hit me. She was like, unless. And I was like, unless what? She was like, unless you're willing to do what most people are not willing to do. And I was like, tell me what it is. And she was like, you're going to have to go to the office and tell them that you're willing to take 22 to 24 units for the rest of your time here. And you have to get it signed off because it can mess with your mental health.
Permission for that.
1,000%.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she told me. And I was like, sign me up. She was like, what major? I was like, I love kids. I said, tell me your major that does that. And she was like, child development.
Yeah.
Bro, that's exactly how it happened. I finished on time. I took 22, then 24, then 23.
That's crazy.
Bro, I was.
And anybody that knows or would like to know, to be a college athlete, to be a student, period. Yeah. Anything over 17, 18 units, 20-something units is crazy amount of sacrifice time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It requires like a lack of, a good highly thing of focus, but it's structure. Yeah. But then you put the sports into it too, man. Facts. That's another ball game.
Yeah. And so ended up doing that and ended up finishing in my 4 years, you know what I mean? And that was a big thing because I hadn't always kept my word. I wasn't a person that always kept my word. Now I'm a man that if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna stand on it. You dig what I'm saying? And I always want to follow through on what I say I was gonna do. But as a young man, I didn't always keep my word. And so if I never kept my word to anybody, I wanted to keep my word to my grandparents. I wanted to keep my word to my family because of all the investment that they had done over the 20, 21, 22 years. And so it was imperative for me to finish. So it didn't matter what it looked like. It didn't matter how many hours I had to stay up. It didn't matter the fact that I'm also a father at the time. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a father of a newborn. But here's the crazy part. Child development allowed me to be a better father.
Oh, the preparation,
bro,
right?
I'm taking my son with me in class.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Literally, you're going through it.
I'm taking my son to class with me to learn about
how to take care of him,
how to raise him.
That's super dope, man. That's super dope, man. I just want that's a lot of respect, man, your way, but also whoever's doing it, anybody out there who's being an athlete and being a student as well takes work, man. Keep up the hard work. Don't quit. Seek help if you need to, because it does weigh in your mentals. Yeah, it does weigh on mentals. Like I said, man, everybody thinks that not everybody. A lot of people think that athletes have certain things easier given, but everybody's situation is different in that realm of athletics, man. And trying to be a student athlete is definitely something that should be applauded. And I can imagine what grandparents was like on that day, because I still remember mine, man. I graduated 06, and they they was in that hot stadium in Mississippi, man. They was out there in the heat.
Yeah.
But just to see them there and my family and just it's nothing like it.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean it's that reward, it's that check cash.
Yeah.
You get that diploma.
And they was turned up.
Oh, like you can believe it.
When I tell you that it was turned up, so I got a picture, and I'll put it out there since I'm saying it to you and your viewers.
Yeah.
But I got a picture, and I told them a day before, bro. I kid you not, a day before graduation, I was like, "Hey, I need y'all to wear some white tee, blue jeans, and Nikes." You did. That's early 2000s.
Yeah.
I said, I need y'all to do
Keith.
that. And so they was like, why? I was like, because that's what I'm going to be wearing under my robe. Like, I'm going to represent where I'm from and what we're about in the Bay Area, even though we 3 hours out here in Fresno.
Where the home is.
Bro, when I tell you that my family, I got this picture. It's
all
the
of
dopest. Everybody. And they was like 30 deep.
That's how you're supposed to be.
Bro, they was 30 deep, all in white tees, all in blue jeans, all in Nikes.
That's clean.
They went and bought them the day before. Like, they going to the mall out there trying to just find this thing. Because
if you know Fresno, the one, two malls in Fresno, 1, 2 malls.
But they were so excited about me
dope.
Following through on what I said I was gonna do, and so man, it was one of the dopest days ever, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Before we get to this communication part, man, I'm gonna shout out everybody again, man. It's so many people I've been blessed with to help this show, man. Smart Athletic Kids, Clutch Clothing, Our Place, man. Everybody at Our Place, man. Look up, man. May 1st, R&B venue. R&B Soul coming out to Our Place, but also brunch. It's the first brunch that we're doing at Our Place. Facebook, Instagram, all platforms, man. Look, come check us out. Event space for, the mature, grown, sexy crowd, but also if you have birthday parties, weddings, tap in, man. The whole team over there is doing a great thing. So shout out to everybody, the whole team, man. Just look out for the new moves and new business ventures that are coming through Our Place, man. But we're here for the city, but also we're going to be a long-standing community as well. And it's a Black-owned business. So support, you know what I'm saying? Support us, support ours, but get the quality work too and the results that you're looking for. Man, communication, bro. I can even, at what point, because I mean, teaching, yes, we talk, we do, but you shifted this into something for a communication mentor, speaker, a presenter, but also as a person who can move the room. I've witnessed it on numerous occasions. You spoke to my students at shout out to my students at Fortune High School College Success class. They're taking my freshman orientation. So all those students who were blessed to hear you, you along with everybody, I thank them for doing that. And you and Rodney came through and killed it. But I know you came through and they were like, hey, wait, he was dope. His energy was out the roof. We want him back. I'm like, that's just what he does. It was like and this is over Zoom. The first time he came person, they still loved it. But even over Zoom, and we know how hard it was to capture kids over Zoom, to get them on screen. But on yours, everybody's screen is up. Everybody, but you also asked them that, you required them that. I sent you some of the reviews. You like some of those reviews. And it was like, oh, yeah, okay. They were locked in, man. But when did this come about where it's like, you know what, I'm going to move into this space, but also move into it, as you say, with purpose?
Really when I was young, bro. So I grew up in the church, and my grandmother, around 14 years old, she would be teaching a Sunday school class, and she seen the leadership abilities in me. So crazy. Think about this. Think what I'm saying. At 14, she seen leadership in me. So she would have me leading the Sunday school. So
she was prepping you.
Yes. In that time, I'm not leading younger kids. I'm leading kids that's 14, 15, 16. So again, I'm young.
You're the youngest in the group.
I'm the youngest, and I'm the leader.
But you've always been there.
I want you to think about this. 14, same time where at school, I told somebody, oh man, I'm not playing baseball.
But Grams was like, no,
come on,
you're going to do this because I see it in you. He didn't see it in you. He didn't see you could change that way.
I didn't even see it in me.
But she did.
She seen it in me. So she put me in the right position to succeed.
All she did was making deposit.
Exactly. And so that's something I would just want to say real quick for anybody listening. It's one thing for people to believe in you. It's another thing for you to believe in you.
Yeah.
Because my grandmother and my grandparents and my aunties and my uncles and my parents, they all believed in me. And my grandparents would put me in position based on what they believed. But when it came to Dwight putting himself in position to what I believed, that's all I believed was I was only good at trying to be popular.
Yeah.
I was only good at trying to talk to the girls or make people laugh or make people like me. And so I want to encourage each and every person out there, identify what you believe, understand that you've been created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. And it's no accident for you being on this planet. Like, you are here for a reason to not only change your world, but change the world of those who look to you to help them change. So going back at 14, I knew, like I had a feeling that this is something that I could do. Fast forward, I just started working at the YMCA probably around 1920 during the summertime. And I would just see how young people would just gravitate to me. bro. So I'm coaching basketball. That's when my basketball coaching career started. I'm mentoring. I'm rapping to the kids. I'm speaking to the kids. But I seen how they were attracted to me. And in that moment, it was like, oh, man, this is dope. Now, fast forward to about 23. That's when I really knew. I was like, oh, I think this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
How fulfilling or rewarding for you is, I mean, anybody, especially as Black men. We can talk about that for a quick second. We want to live up to certain expectations. I get it. But also, that can end up hurting us or killing our mentals or making us do things that out of character we shouldn't do. But to find that niche for yourself, after people pour it into you, water into you, you see it for yourself, and then that switch goes off. What was that initial just like moment felt like internally though? How was that for you?
Two things. Number one, it was scary because it put me back in the same space that I was when I was running track. It was going to all depend on me.
Yeah. Individual.
Right. I'm making a decision to move outside of working for somebody else, getting a check from people. I'm stepping into a space of everything is going to depend on me. Just like when I got in them blocks for the 200 and the 400, everything would depend on me. So one, it was a little nerve-wracking. It was a little scary. The flip side was like, oh, it depends on me. And I'm going to turn up. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had belief. By that time, I had belief in myself. I was like, oh yeah, ain't nothing I can't do.
And we spoke before the show started, man. Again, shout out to Mr. Fab, man. He on Instagram. I just started following him. I mean, I may be late to the party, but I've been catching the last messages. And one he just said, he nobody's gonna believe in your vision but you. Nobody can push your vision, your clothing line, your book, your skill set like you. Yeah, they may support you, they may want you to do it, but it goes how you go.
Facts.
And I think that's just something that, one, it's rewarding when you do it, because no matter what the result is, you like, I can live with that. Because I did that.
Facts.
That's super dope, man. So as you begin to start this new journey, but also to reach people in a manner which you have never reached before, not with the ball, you know what I mean, but with your communication skills, how hard you go at it.
This is the very reason why I did not become successful in hoop or in any sport, because I wasn't willing to put in everything that somebody needed to put in to be successful in that. But when it came to communication, when it came to speaking, when it came to changing people's lives with my words, bruh, 24/7, 365. And anybody who knows me, you know, it's no cap. Every single moment of my day then, every single moment of my day now, you might, if you come to my house right now, kick it with me for about 5 hours, you might be tripping because you're like, who is bruh talking to right now? Because he's walking through the house and he's talking to himself. He got his AirPods in his ear, or he just upstairs talking. And people be tripping. They be like, who is Dwight upstairs talking to? And my wife would be like, oh no, he talking to himself, or he's practicing. And he's preparing
for the next community,
for the next thing.
The next person, the next group, the next opportunity. Come on. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Bro. And so I'm doing that, or I'm watching YouTube, or I'm watching the news. Why? Because I need to practice my listening too. Most people think about communication, they automatically think about speaking. That's a small piece of communication. The biggest piece, let me be very specific, of effective communication is the listening part. So I'm watching videos. Bro, I didn't watch some of your interviews, which has been fire, and I'm going, okay, what did I hear this person say? But also, what didn't they say? What did they facial expression just say, even if they didn't say it out their mouth? What they body language say? I've seen you ask some people questions where it literally gets them to start self-reflecting, and they go from being here to like. So I'm watching all of that. Why? Because how somebody is an analyst or a scientist when it comes to the hoop, you as a coach, when it comes to this communication thing, bruh, every X, every O, everything. Like, I'm trying to know all of it because I want to perfect my craft.
That's super dope. Because even me, like, getting in this space, if you want to be good or get better or grow your audience, I got to get better. And one of the things they were telling me was just, if you're not tired mentally, physically from an interview, it may not have been that one.
Facts.
And, you know, some of them starting out with just conversations. It was cool. But also because we communicate so often, especially what we do, what we've been doing, this gets even more deep. Sometimes I get out of here, I'm like, man, it felt like I was in there for 2-3 hours, but it's because of the mental, the listening though was the biggest thing.
Come on.
I'm enjoying learning about my guests, and like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, this is crazy, but also I do love the atmosphere as far as that live, because you get to see the emotions change. I mean, shout out to all my guests. If you've been on audio, if you come in the studio, because That's one of the biggest things I get out of this, is seeing a person go, oh, that was a good one. I'm like, yeah, got him. Shout out to everybody, or somebody to sit back and think, oh, somebody has to show emotion and cry, or that's one of the purposes of this thing too, is to be raw and uncut, but also empathetic conversations, bro. But that listening is key,
bro.
That listening is so key.
It's beyond key. Like, if I don't listen to what you say, or if I don't listen to what someone else says, how can I even respond well? And if I can't respond well, how do I serve you at the highest level? If I'm only trying to mentor, I wanted to let them know that I played basketball at Bishop O'Dowd. I went to Fresno State University. I did this, that, and the other. And so I'm trying to be interesting to them instead of just being interested in them. So what I do now is I ask who, what, when, where, why, and how. That's all I do. When I'm with young people, especially my first time with them, I'm only asking open-ended, curious, creative, and quality questions. Why? Because I want to get to know them. Most of our young people are struggling right now, especially in the city of Sacramento, because they don't feel like they have people who make them feel heard, make them feel seen, or make them feel valued. So what happens when you're not used to that and somebody steps in that space and does that for you? They cling to you. So that's what I do. I make sure that I am being more interested in them than trying to be more interesting to them. If we can start doing that more, I mean, I do that with adults. Like, I love going to networking events, and people know that I'm like a social butterfly.
Destroy the room.
You dig what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I only destroy the room or dominate the room because I'm not coming there to tell you about me. I'm coming to find out about you.
Facts.
My grandfather told me a long time ago, he was like, grandson, you know what you know. Find out what other people know.
It's only gonna help you.
Come on.
That's what's up.
So that's what I apply to these young folks. And the other piece is I meet them where they are, right? And it sounds very cliche, but it's facts. I meet them exactly where they are. So let's say I got a third grader who don't look like me, don't come from the same background as me. I'm going to meet that third grader where they are. And I don't just mean finding out what they love, which I will do, find out what they desire, which I will do. I get on my knee most of the time so I can be eye level
at their level, man.
Right. So I'm just trying to meet them where they are so they can engage. I tell people all the time, if we want our students to achieve, then we have to provide the student engagement. You don't get achievement without engagement. And so you don't get engagement without connection. You don't get connection without effective communication.
It all goes together.
Which is the foundation.
It all goes together. Your first speaking engagement gig, you've had a ton.
Yeah.
If you can remember the first one,
I can.
Break that one down to me, just the feeling of it, good, bad, success, failure.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, we talk failures too. I mean, if you can't win if you don't lose.
Facts. Axie purpose. I'm in Fresno, and I was going to volunteer at a Boys and Girls Club, and there was a gentleman who was supposed to come and give a motivational talk to these kids. I'm just there volunteering, doing what I do. A lady who worked there comes to me and was like, hey, the gentleman is running late. Can you just go in there and keep the kids, you know, calm and this, that, and other? And I was like, what you want me to do? She was like, I'll just talk to them for a little bit. Fast forward, I'm talking to them for 20 minutes just about why I'm in Fresno, right? I'm running track. I'm from Richmond. I played basketball. I'm just letting them know that's what she wanted me to do. She was like, just engage with them until bruh get here. 20 minutes go by, I do that. She walks up to me and was like, have you done this before? And I was, with me, I'm going, done what? And she was like, what you just did? I said, I was just having a conversation with him.
Right.
And she was like, no, that's like something right there. And she was like, would you be interested in doing this at another Boys and Girls Club? I was like, oh yeah, I'm not tripping. Boom. About 2 weeks later, she sets me up with another Boys and Girls Club. I do the same thing, 20 minutes. I'm just talking about my life, right? Growing up, sports, all that good stuff. Everything I said in the beginning of this. I'm getting ready to walk out and the gentleman hands me an envelope. I don't even look at it until I get to my car. Open up the envelope. It's a $75 check.
To talk for however much time.
Wait a minute. I just talked to these kids for like 15 to 20 minutes and bruh just paid me $75 just to talk.
Appreciate you.
In that moment, I was like, that's interesting. Again, I didn't start my journey until 23. But in that moment, a seed was planted like, oh, wait, I got value in what I'm saying. Somebody saw value. And if you go back, I'm trying to make some money. 15 minutes to tell my story and you about to pay me $75.
I'll be everybody Boys and Girls
Club. So now I'm like, okay, 30 minutes, that's $150. I'm adding it up, bro. If you let me talk for 9 hours.
That's a wrap. I'm paid. I'm getting paid. We getting to the bread.
We getting to the bag. So yeah, so that was really my first introduction to this thing that people call public speaking or motivational speaking or whatever it is. But yeah, it was what it still is today. People bring me in just to tell my story. And every person out there watching, every person out there listening, understand that you have a story.
Yeah.
Someone needs your story right now. Like, I won't say log off of here because I think you can get some more value out of it. But as soon as this is over, find someone to share your story with, even if you don't think it's as colorful or if it has all the ups and the downs to make people get excited. You never know what somebody needs to hear to help them in their journey where they are now.
Even if it's just one.
Come on.
Even if it's just one.
Come on.
I mean, I think that's what's been so impactful for me doing this and this coaching. And our relationship day one, it cracked off as opponents on the basketball court coaching, but it turned into this, man. But through time, intentional energy and effort to see each other win, it's growing. Like, we look like, man, this is really growing. Things is growing. We not where it was. Man, that was almost 6-some years ago. Real quick though, shout out where everybody can find this because I want to make sure they find out where they can get the t-shirt. We're finna get into the books real quick though, man. But just shout the website information out.
Definitely. Man. You can find me at DwightTaylorSenior.com. That's Dwight DWIGHT Taylor TAYLOR SR for senior.com. Or you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Dwight Taylor SR. And you can pick up both of my books. I got Dominate Your Day, 100 Empowering Statements That Encourage Greatness, and Dominate Your Day, the student edition, 30 Empowering Statements That Encourage Greatness. Shirts will be coming extremely soon. I got some other stuff on the way, got an online course, but we'll tap into that in a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely making moves, man. Again, you can go grab the books for the students. Like I said, I've used them as curriculum for my classes, but it's also for myself.
Let me say this real quick.
Yes, sir.
You were the first professor to use my curriculum. With a class.
Yes, sir.
And now I got other professors reaching out. As soon as I put that post up, they're like, oh,
in the classroom.
I'm trying to get this in the classroom too. So I appreciate you, bro.
All up. That was with intention and purpose, but also knowing that it could help somebody else out. Well, I don't want somebody else to win, man. But also as a way for engaging our students. This book, man, in both of them, the statements can be used as a conversation piece.
100%.
And I use them personally as journal entries. We talked about it. So now I don't have to even talk too much.
Come on.
Some students may not want to speak, but they write. I got to learn about my students in my classroom, but also find out some people need some support. They need help, but also, hey, this kid, they can write really well. They can articulate well.
Facts.
Hey, you know what I mean? Keep it up. So definitely dope movement, man. Y'all tap in with the websites, man. I brought my man, definitely, like I said, we got to keep everybody laced up. He gets to stay applying pressure t-shirt straight for him, man. Straight off the press, man. But y'all got these going right now too. Y'all got to look for real. You know what I'm saying? Got the logo on the back.
Go get it.
You know what I mean? But
I'm
also,
saying it. Go get it.
It's what we're doing though. We applying pressure, man, as a unit, as individuals, as a group, man. Because we gonna see everybody win, man. So like the shirt says, dominate your day. But it's just others too. We won't see everybody do the same thing, man. Within this book though, these statements, man, they range from a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
So just in that category, how did you kind of go about picking some of these topics to talk about? Because they hit on, and they're made in a simple, as far as relatable form.
Yeah.
But you can get in depth with the answers. And I love it at the end of like the questions that come with it.
Come on.
So there's statements in each one, everybody, but there's 2 to 3, 4 questions at the end of every short paragraph.
Right.
It's a good read, easy read. No excuses. There's no excuses, right? but then also it requires you to do some work or thinking to get to know the person you're working with, your friends with, your family members. You can use it that way. How'd you come up with that concept though?
Yeah, so the book is like you said, it has 30 statements or 100 statements, right? So some people, I understand people in the way that someone may only need the statement. Right?
Yes.
I have a statement in there, and it might say every decision matters.
Yeah.
That might be all they needed to hear that day. They don't need the questions. They don't need the story. They don't need none of that. They just need to be reminded that every decision they make today, it matters. Why? Because that decision will lead to the next decision, which will lead to the next one. But then you get some people that might be like, I need a little bit more than just the statement. So now I have a story or a summary in there. Okay, so now that person got the statement that every decision matters. Then I got the summary about every decision matters. But then it might be somebody like, you know what, I just need some questions to help me begin to be more self-reflective. And again, I'm big on self-awareness. And so if I can give you some questions that will cause you to self-reflect, my hope is that from those things, you'll end up making best decisions to be your best. And so I wanted to make it very simple. My grandfather told me a long time ago, he said, if you want to be an effective communicator or an effective speaker, you have to be a person who makes something very complex extremely simple.
Yes.
Extremely relatable, extremely digestible. And so that's what these books are. I wanted to write them for anyone. Bruh, this is in elementary, it's in middle school, it's in high school, and it's in colleges. And then I even have people who are not quote unquote students in the corporate world going through this, because my thing is it's relatable for every single person.
Yeah, I mean, you started off the first thing.
Come on.
Be your best, forget the rest. Give your perfect effort, none less, and know that him. This he's been saying this for years, but it's there. But also, like you said, it can be that you need that, or if you want to go into it. Oh, now I got your offer. Let me read a little bit. Yeah, you want a questionnaire? I can go ask some questions. So it is for everybody in every situation.
And let me say this, right, to just round out the question that you asked, is these came about, one, because my aunt, shout out to Auntie Angelique, passed away in 2016. She was the writer in our family and the author, and we believed that she was going to be the one who was publishing books. She passed before she was able to publish anything. And so one of the things that I wanted to do to pay it forward to her and honor her was write a book. And in this book, the 100 Statements book, is dedicated to her. Dope. So that was one piece. The other piece was I'm speaking at all these schools throughout the country. I'm speaking in Australia. I'm going all over the place. And kids as well as faculty are asking me, what is that statement that you said? Or what is this? And so I got tired of
impactful.
I got tired of like trying to remember what I said. On ink. So I was like, let me just put it down so you can have it whenever you want it.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely dope. Like I said, you guys can tap in the websites, Instagram, whatever you want to book, figure it out, hit the link. It's everywhere. It's on Amazon, all the platforms. Tap in, get you one or two or three. Or if you want a set for hit him up directly. For the classrooms, you can tap in, because that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, both orders are always exciting.
Boxes on boxes going out to the school system, man, these teachers.
Facts.
What's going on now? What's the move now, man? Because I know you've been working. I've been in here for almost 6 months now in the studio.
Yeah, bro.
He's been stirring up. He's been cooking.
Yeah.
Stuff is going on. He's on his podcast tour right now. He's making stops, man. He's been on some dope podcasts already.
Yeah.
This is another stop. He's keep going. What's going on in the world right now for you?
So something that I haven't even put out there, and this is the exclusive.
So if I had my little noise, I'm gonna do it myself. Exclusive. Shout out to my boy Kenny Caraway.
So this book right here, 30 Empowering Statements That Encourage Greatness, it now has a full digital curriculum that comes with it.
So you can pop it in and just listen and rock.
Bruh, I got 30 videos.
And a video.
30 videos that go with this book now for that social emotional learning piece.
So y'all getting the visuals,
come on.
1 sense.
Come on.
You're getting the listening, the second sense, right there. You're taking care.
We got the questions. We got 4 different lesson plans. So it don't matter if you want to use a statement a week, 3 statements a week. If you want to do it how you do it, we got lesson plans that come with it. So this is my first time putting it out there to the public, bro.
Interactive. Breaking right here, though.
Interactive.
Breaking right here, the interactive.
And on top of that, there's another interactive piece. So most people may know, if you know me, that I'm an advisor for an app company called Interapp. So we got interactive augmented reality videos on the front and the back of this book as well. So we going interactive. Again, I'm just trying to meet young people where they are. And where they are is on YouTube. Where they are is on TikTok. Where they are is in their phone.
Yep.
So now I want to be where they are. I want to make sure I'm giving them.
I'm showing the Interapp right here. Speaking of, though,
yeah,
the youngster, the young genius, I believe, this gentleman is very smart.
Yeah.
I believe we're going to get in the studio Thursday. We're going to break some more news for y'all Thursday. It's about connections, right? The circle's coming around.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Rodney.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dwight. Shout out to my other guy, man. Like the circle, if y'all not up to date or know about this interact,
come on.
You better get it now.
It's coming. It's coming.
This will change the game for educational, for how you go visualize these properties.
Come on.
Interactive pieces, how you read books.
Everything.
The wave is finna shift.
Everything. Imagine every piece of art that's in this room having a video, high quality, rich media content that goes with it. So now instead of me telling somebody about the book, you can just download the app, put your phone to the front cover, and my video pops up and I will tell you about the book. The crazy part is this book is all over the country right now. So even if I'm not there physically, I'm there physically.
And like I said, I believe we're going to submit it today or tomorrow. They'll be on the show hopefully this week.
Okay.
And then we're going to visually show y'all a little sneak peek, I believe. We're going to give you a couple of teasers about that.
And so the last piece was just my online course. It just dropped. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had an effective communication online course. It's called Hacking Your Relationships Like a Pro, How to Build Bridges Instead of Barriers in All of Your Relationships. And so I'm really just expounding on everything that we just talked about, but I'm going in depth. We're talking about how to really, the application of empathy, right? We talk about empathy. Some people don't even know that there's a difference between sympathy and empathy, but we talk about it, but nobody's really breaking down how to do it in actionable steps. And so that's what my course is about. Feel free to go to dwighteducates.thinkific.com. That's dwighteducates.thinkific.com. And it's $97. Go ahead and tap in and don't worry about the cost. Just think about the value.
So, and I'll definitely put it up on all my socials. We'll post it, the course, but I think that's the one biggest thing too. The course is, if you believe it has value in it, or you take the information from it and you do what you need to do with it to be successful or to learn. Because again, we invest money in other things, but we're investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Or if you buy it for somebody else, buy it as a gift.
Facts.
If somebody you see that can need it, go get it, send it to them as a gift.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it has multiple usage, man. So that's definitely excited for you, bro, about that movement. But I know it's been a long time coming. Yeah. But also, like we talked about before, man, we may not show all the behind the scenes people. You know what I mean? But as Wayne say, move in silence. You know what I mean? And then when it's time to come out and bring it to you, but please believe it's been work behind. It's been hours put in. Yeah. There's been some failures. There's been some slowdowns, right? But been hacking away steady. Even just a shout out again, man. Appreciate you. I did a camp last summer for my birthday. I gave away 30 books.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I mean? So adding value to a basketball camp, did that. Came and spoke. That little 15, you said, hey, that was nothing new. Come spoke. But also the reviews, a couple of parents were really thankful and excited to have something, you know what I mean, add to the value of their children that day, of their child. Because sports, yes, but now this has helped you maneuver through sports. Yeah. Within life as well. Everybody got a book. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to do things differently on this end, but also communicate and connect in a different manner, right?
And let me say that, right? So right now I'm working in a couple of different schools, high schools, elementary, middle school, taking my book in there, connecting, engaging, inspiring, challenging. And I get to work with young people who have a desire to be better, but just not know how to do that, right? The desire is there, but the details and the design of that desire are not there. So I'm able to go in and help them through this book, get to where they're trying to be. And I just want to shout out one school right now. You might know the principal. I want to shout out Kit Carson. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kit Carson, Dr. Stockdale. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all know.
Yeah, shout out to my twin, man. But I mean, I think through this relationship in general, right? I tell people, you never know, right? One call, she's like, hey, Jay, hit him up. I want to get him here. Yeah. Say less. Say less. No matter what it looks like, I'm going to make the call. Yeah. I know bro going to make it happen. But also she was like, but she's trying to add value to her staff. And I've seen the clips from her. She's like, they love it. It's helping them out. Creates the culture of learning, effective learning in the school. And but principals too. I mean, tap in for staff PDs. Yeah. It's a different way of getting staff. But I mean, like I said, man, it's something that everybody needs, but also it's effective. 1,000%. I mean, you know what I mean? So definitely shout out to her, man. And her staff is doing a great job, though. Like I said, she's holding it down at Kid Carson, you know what I'm saying, and just really putting in work. But it's from the inside out, like I said.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? And her spirit is always in the right place, and she definitely walks by faith no matter what she does. And you can tell in the environment of school and the results, but also the people she's around there, pulling you in, different people, building her, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely dope, man. But yeah, I've saw the videos and every response is definitely feeling it, bro. So keep that going. Before we get out of here, though, I'm going to give props again. He threw me the lob on this one, the triple threat. So we talked, he watched the shows. He's like, Jay, man, you might want to do, get something from your guests, right? And I was like, okay, what? He said, get them 3 things like a triple threat: basketball, drill, pass, shoot. And I'm like, that's a dope way to end the show at the end. So now, but you're triple threat, bro. Because I talked to a couple of guests. Shout out to Dr. Casey Morris. She said her triple threat may change. I had Lorenzo, young man, boxing her a couple weeks ago. Triple threat. Everybody's triple threat is different. It can change. But this current state where you're at right now, what is the triple threat for you that either where you're going, where you want to get to, or what you can give to somebody watching to help inspire them or move them along, man? It can be anything you want to do, man. But you're a triple threat right now at this point. What's going on with you?
Yeah. So it might be a little bit unorthodox than what people may expect. My triple threat right now is giving everything that I can to my family. And from that, it spills into those close to us, which is our friends.
Okay.
And from that spills out to the community.
Family, friends, community.
And the reason why I'm saying it like I'm saying it is because there was a time where I did it the opposite way. I was giving so much to everybody else, giving so much less to my friends, and then giving nothing. When I say nothing, bro, nothing to my family. But I'm the same guy that wants to encourage families and wants to encourage parents to give everything you can to your family. I got my Real Manhood 101, and all we do is work with men and young men about being great husbands, being great fathers, being great brothers, nephews, sons. And I'm over here not giving my perfect effort to it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, you know what? I need to reverse that thing. Let me really start inside out. Let me start with my family. Let me start with my wife. Let me start with my kids. And then from there, let me go to my siblings. And then from there, let me go to my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, all that. And then from there, I'll go to my partners.
But you're still shifting what you want to do, but it's a different way of feeling.
1,000%.
Right? And shout out to Real Manhood. If y'all haven't been to an event, check it out. Tap in with those two. Young men, young, your parents in general, but get your students involved, get your man involved, get your young child involved. It's different, but it's good different.
Yeah,
it's safe, it's educational, but it's also fun and interactive. Yeah, but also it's life. Yeah, it's life. It's not a hangout. It's not just it's effective learning opportunities, effective growth, effective communication with different people.
1,000%
that are like-minded though, but also want to help mentor. In a state where we know our young boys are not as successful, not living as long as they should. And that I remember we started. What number is this going on?
We're going on number 7.
Number 7,
May
man.
21st is going up.
May 21st.
May 21st. We're going virtual for the last time, where it's only virtual because the COVID.
May 21st.
But May 21st.
So we weeks away,
bro. We weeks away.
Weeks away, man. And y'all tune in, register. Yeah. Bring a friend.
1,000.
All that good stuff, because again, man, it's being changed from the inside out, but also embedded in our city though. Sacramento, here. We're here. He out there doing positive things, changing the narrative, but also educating adults and students in the same place, man. Family, friends, community. And as we know, right, our community does need a lot. That's something that was heavy. Last week was rough for me, going back to school, to a couple losses at our school student. Like it was, the first 2 days was tough for me to sit there and camp. I wanted, not knowing somebody who's communicated, always went through help, not knowing how to help, not knowing what I should do, not knowing where to step. So it was tough last week, but I know I was the only one like that. But as I started to communicate with other people and staff, it began to feel better. We begin to talk about strategies, opportunities, change. So if I don't communicate, we don't get to that point.
Let me say this, because it might be other educators out there feeling the same way, especially with all the stuff going on. Educators, coaches, teachers, parents, whoever. Sometimes the thing that our young people need the most, even when we feel like we have nothing to give or don't know how to give it, is our presence.
Just be there.
Just be there. Be there.
Show up.
You ain't even got to say nothing. Just be there. Sometimes they just need you there to know that you're there, to show that you care. That's it. Just be there for them. And if they want to talk, just listen. Don't put your 2 cents in, just listen. And if they don't want to talk, just be there, so they not only know that you care, but you can show that you care.
I don't need to say nothing else, man. You heard it first. Just a lot of breaking news today. Dope show. Yeah, it's going to be a part 2. I know a man's still on tour. He got stuff to do, but we got a lot more stuff to get into, but also a lot more love, a lot more communication skills to talk about, but also he's still working. Like I said, my G's still working. Thanks. And I appreciate you, bro. I know, again, as we know, speaking consistently takes a lot out of you. Hope you're getting your rest. You know what I'm saying? Hope you're staying healthy in that aspect. But also, I know, like you said, you got 10 toes down right now, man. Keep going.
Appreciate
applying
that.
pressure. You see it first.
You
You see it on the
feel me?
shirt. We put it on the shirt. Stay applying pressure,
Let's get
but
it.
dominate your day too. Y'all see it right there, man. You
Yes,
see the
sir.
books. Grab one, man. Dwight Taylor Sr., Coach JT, man. We signing off, man. Y'all be safe. Peace and love. We out.
Yeah.
Peace.